I'm Tracy Whalen, and I'm from the Department of Rhetoric, Writing and Communications here at the University of Winnipeg. I think understanding the secular or secularism is a very complex topic, and I like to come at it through the door of understanding places of enchantment, places of an intensification of reality. One of the things that I bring to the class group is my research into charisma as a concept and as a practice. And the idea of charisma brings together the spiritual and the secular. Charisma has as its root charis, and charis, as Bonnie McLaughlin tells us, comes back to the etymology of divine gift, gift from the gods, joy, radiance, light. And I think that charisma provides a crucial site of intersection in terms of secularity and what we might understand as spirituality in current popular culture. Connected with charisma, I'm interested in another intense kind of notion, and that would be the icon, iconicity. The icon, as it was understood historically, was always performative. The performative icon or the image was certainly visual. In fact, icon, that root, comes back to the image. But the icon was also a huge sensory event. There was the smell of incense. There would have been the glittering and refractions of light. There would have been the sound of chanting or singing. The body is a central component of the icon. And in Byzantine or Orthodox Christian practice, for example, it was the body of the saint that was crucial to the iconic identification, because it was the body that was a conduit to something larger. And in current practice as well, the body of our popular icons also serves as a crucial site of embodiment to enable transcendence of some kind. One of the things that caught my eye when I was researching charisma was the relationship between the surface and depth, which suggests a certain amount of profundity. And it seems to me that profundity, depth, is crucial to recognizing someone as an icon. When I studied Lang and charisma, and I was looking at things like depth, I started reading about Charles Taylor's notion of expressive selfhood, and this idea of a true self, a source of self that came from one's inner depths. And I started to study Katie Lang as a romantic figure, one who had inner depths and found her resources in interiority. People, when they understand Katie Lang, see her career as chopped up into kind of a before and an after, that you had this frenetic Katie Lang and then this Buddhist Katie Lang. But what I was interested in exploring is that throughout her whole career, what we have is this voice. Again, this voice, this means of delivery or expression. And this has been defined by a romantic sensibility, because invariably Lang is understood in terms of authenticity. And you'll hear on CBC, for example, that authenticity, this alignment with her external presentation and this interior self, is manifest through her authentic voice. I have the pleasure of teaching courses that connect very closely with my work and also connect with the themes of class and our conversations, our research interests. And one of the courses that I have taught that I think connects most closely is a course called Rhetorics in the Public Sphere. And that course takes a look at our public symbols, the idea of publics, counter-publics, and we investigate such things as what's the relationship between public and private spaces? How can we best be democratic citizens in a participatory democracy? And what role does rhetoric play and rhetorical pedagogy in that particular citizenship? The other class that I teach, and I love to teach it, is visual rhetoric. It's in that class we get to talk about notions of the iconic image, for example, and that's when we can talk about the secular and the sacred. We can also look at such things as religious paintings. We can look at sharing common ground in medieval churches and how the visual set up a certain space where the religious and the divine became intensely present to those who entered those churches. Rhetoric is often a demonized word in public discourse, and it's notoriously difficult to define, but I think we can understand it simply as the symbolic mediation through language, through images, through bodily gesture, of particular beliefs, of attitudes. It invites us to understand the world in particular ways and identify with values.